Welcome to day 8. Buckle up because it's not a good one. There's my breakfast protein shake. I still got that in this morning. Remember how I said I would vlog all days, good or bad? Today's a bad one. There's no reason necessarily why it would be bad. It's just bad. I'm just full of anxiety. I am just not feeling like up to how I usually am. I'm not wearing makeup or have my hair done. Like, it's just not one of those days that I'm feeling it. And I had a really good session this morning with my therapist, and she brought up the fact that I wasn't on social media for like a year. Like, I was on like Instagram here and there. Rarely though. I'm still rarely on Instagram. And I have TikTok, but I wasn't on Facebook. I wasn't on YouTube. I wasn't on like Reddit, anything like that. Like, I wasn't on there. And now that I am and I throw myself back into it, it's giving me a lot of anxiety. I had a major life change last year that like threw me for a loop, and it's the reason I got off social media and like a lot of it. So coming back on kind of just brings all of that back up. And so it's stressful. And I feel like I also get anxiety because I'm a single mom on top of having Hashimoto's, and I don't want to get all like emotional or anything, but like it is really hard being a single mom, especially a single mom that doesn't get a lot, like I don't get like child support. I don't get like, I'm just out here winging it, and it makes it hard because I watch all of my friends, like everybody's moving on with their lives and they're moving on and forward, and it's the weirdest feeling because I'm so happy for them, but I'm also like, when is it going to be my turn? When am I going to be able to move out of my parents' house and be able to have my own place with my son? And I try to remind myself that I won't always have an $1,100 a month daycare bill. He'll be in school eventually and I'll be able to, afford more things. But it's like, it's really defeating, the thought of just being alone forever. Like, I have my son, but I mean like without like a partner. And I'm also 29, so I'm going to be 30 next year. And it's hard to think like I'm going into my 30s. I'm not married. I'm not with anybody. Like, I'm seeing somebody, but I'm not like, solidly like married. And it's rough. It's scary. And I don't think anybody realizes like the sinking fear of like, I'm going to have to support myself and a child possibly the rest of my life. And I had to give up a lot for him. And I love my son and I wouldn't change that for the world. But it's like, sometimes the anxiety and the stress of that is so crippling and so big that I don't even want to get out of bed in the morning. So today's just one of those days, and it's hard. And it's hard to vlog this. It's very vulnerable for me. I'm not somebody that likes getting on here and being vulnerable. The only person I'm vulnerable with is my mom and my best friend. So it's hard. It's really hard. And so it's like Hashimoto's is the biggest thing that like it makes it such an obstacle to just like it's already hard to get up in the morning because I'm already like going through it right now. And then on top of that, to like have these physical symptoms of just being tired, having headaches, being, having anxiety, and then being, in the life situation I'm in. Now, I also recognize that these have been my life choices. So I chose to have my son, single. I chose to be a mom. And so as much as I cry about it, because I am allowed to complain, I'm allowed to have, these feelings, I also recognize that this is what I chose and there's a reason that I chose it. And my life will come together. I think it's just the pressure subconsciously of being like, I'm almost 30 and I'm, I don't have anything to show for myself, but really like I do. I've done a lot. I've come a long way. I've come a long way mentally. If anybody knew me 5 years ago, 4 years ago, 2 years ago, like 3 years ago, I'm such a different person now. And I've come a long way, and I'm very proud of myself. But there are hard days, and hard days come, and it's like, I don't know. I can give myself as many pep talks as I want. It's still not going to be better until this passes. And I know that the saying, this too shall pass, is true with anxiety. It's very true, but that's just how I'm feeling right now. I'm gonna go home and have lunch. Hopefully I'll feel better after I eat. I need to get a good night's sleep tonight. I think I'm gonna turn off my phone tonight at like 8 o'clock when my sun goes down, and I'm gonna go down as well. Just give myself a break. I went and bought wraps like I said I would yesterday. Had to buy them this morning so I wouldn't forget. So I'm gonna go home and make a wrap right now. So I will check back in while I'm eating lunch, but I probably won't check back in to talk until like my last break or so. So I will see you guys for lunch. Thanks for listening to my rant. Here is my lunch wrap. Just some hot link with some Laughing Cow spreadable cheese on my low carb wrap with some egg and vegan cheddar cheese with some yellow bell pepper, some green taco sauce. I just kind of mix a lot, but that's my lunch. So I have a few minutes before I have to head back into work, and I wanted to talk about today's symptom because it's kind of an everyday symptom, and obviously from what you've seen thus far today, you can probably tell that today's is anxiety. It is severe, and I feel like it's something that just takes over for me sometimes, and no matter what I do, no matter how hard I try, it's just a rough day. And after eating, I feel a little better, just because you know how like you need to eat something sometimes. I had a protein shake earlier, you saw, but I needed to like eat something solid, and that helped a little bit. I had my wrap. I feel good. I've been drinking a ton of water today. I had a little bit of a headache earlier, but I took some Excedrin, and so I feel better now. I'm just not feeling great today, and that's okay. It's something that's so hard. It's so hard to experience and to go through, and at least myself, I feel so alone in that. Like, I feel so weird. Like, all my friends, they don't have like all these crazy intrusive thoughts or things that make them stress out, and so I'm always like, I feel so weird because I think of all these things, and I know that they're like, okay, Ashley, like, I'm just wired all the time, and I dart everywhere in my head. Like, I can't focus, and it makes life so much harder. But I'm so happy that I'm not alone, and I'm starting to find a community of people that are like, yes, same, because I need that right now. I need people that understand me, and it's so hard to experience it, so why not experience it together? As you can see, I have breakouts too that happen, and that's why I want to get tested for PCOS. One of the big reasons, because I've been getting acne like this. I don't have any unusual spots that have hair. Like, I don't have anything that's unusual, so that's not a symptom I have, but the acne is so bad, and it, like, when I go into work, I want to make sure that like I'm good, and so it sucks because I spend a lot of money on makeup. I mean, I love makeup in general, so. But yeah, I'm happy. I'm starting to grow a little bit of a following of people, and you guys are people that are going through it as well, and that makes me happy. That, like, through all this anxiety, that excites me, because I'm not here to get famous. I'm here to grow just a small community. I want to interact with everybody. I want to know that I'm not alone as well, and so I am so thankful that I get to do this. And I am gonna go clock back into work, but I packed 2 extra little snacks for today. Where are they? They're not the greatest anti-inflammatory snacks, because like this cheese is not vegan or soy free, and I mean, I'm sure it's actually soy free, but it's not vegan. Or I'm not a vegan, but it's not like dairy free. I always just say vegan because it's all the stuff like dairy free, typically gluten free, stuff like that. And then a sugar free chocolate vanilla pudding pack, because I am such a freaking sweet tooth, and sometimes I just need a snack that's chocolatey and good. And so yeah, but I don't always eat like that. I'm pretty good about being gluten free, dairy free, and soy free are easy for me. I love almond and coconut milk anyways. And then cheese, I've found such good vegan cheese that I love, and so that's just something I typically feed my son, because I don't want him to grow any sort of sensitivity to food that he doesn't need to. So I give him normal stuff like dairy, gluten, soy, all that, but I do limit it. I try to keep gluten pretty low because I know gluten has been it's been linked to a lot of behavioral problems with children. So my son's great. It's just that sometimes he does have like outbursts and stuff, and he's very high energy like every single toddler on the planet. But I lower his gluten intake just to see if it's helping, and it has. Like he's mellowed out a little bit in how he acts and his like rages and stuff. Like he's calmed down quite a bit. So anyways, that's my after lunch check-in. I'm gonna go clock in. I just wanted to make a little bit of a longer video today. I think today is really gonna be based around anxiety. That's a lot of what I've been reaching to with people, people that are new following me. Anxiety seems to be one very common symptom, or not common, but that we all have in common. One symptom we all have in common consistently is anxiety. So I really want to dive in depth with that as I go too. That's important to tell. I might start doing some individual videos of each symptom, like, you know, anxiety, a video for that, the migraines, the fatigue, the hair loss, the heart palpitations, every little tiny thing. And that's just, you know, the top of it. So anyways, I will check back in a little bit. I'm gonna go run and clock in. I will see you guys in a bit. All right, I decided to have those instead of the cheese because I was craving something sweet and I feel like that was better. And so that was my afternoon snack. Dinner time, mint chocolate protein shake. That's kind of how I ended my day. Nothing special. Hey, so I know I didn't post day 8 yesterday, but 2 videos are gonna go up today because of that. I'm gonna finish up day 8 right now with you. Last night was just a lot. My son was not feeling too great, and so as I've said in the past, he's my #1 priority. So my phone was down last night. I was with him. I was making sure he understood that I was there with him, like, because my son's very attached. He's very needy, and I don't criticize him for that, or like I don't punish him for that. Yeah, I acknowledge it and I'm there with him. My son, I'm pretty sure his love language is physical touch and words of affirmation. So we're constantly holding hands while I tell him he's okay, or hugging or cuddling or whatever, and that's fine with me. I love cuddling, so he's great. But it definitely was a perfect remedy for my anxiety, just putting my phone down for the night last night. So I woke up this morning with a more clear mind. I feel better emotionally. I feel better physically this morning. So I'm just gonna go ahead and document more today. So yesterday's video is gonna be, I think it's gonna be pretty short. So that was an example of a pretty bad day for me. But hopefully today is better. So far, I'm starting off feeling pretty good. So we'll see how that goes. But as far as yesterday, I really want to make sure that days like that I document, because that's important. And this journey is important to me. Getting a community together of all of you guys that are going through the same exact things that can relate to me is very important to me. So I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching day 8, and we're going to move on to day 9.